وبكل الأحوال هسه القلب مالته هم شرد مثل ما صار بساقة من قلبها القلب شرد ودورنا لا نفس المبدأ. بس بنفس الوقت هم رجعنا على أليكس صوته.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget.
Okay.
Marking you, taking you for a ride, making you crazier.
رايت روم. لا تقلي اكو ستوري جديدة. خلي اجرب ادخل اول قبل لا السوالف تعبانة كلها. اوكي رجعنا للقطارات المرة. اوكي الجانب المشرقة بالمكان الصح. الجانب مو مشرق ما ندري شنو ينتظرنا، بس ندري انه راح نموت لان ألون ويك كل شي ماكو بهالسلة. اوكي زين اذا انت كلوس اصعد رجعة كاملة صارت.
Parliament Tower, our home in New York.
هذا
Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment?
Okay.
Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing?
هسه نكتشف.
Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape. Time loses meaning here. How long have
بس كافي جت الغير تحكي هذا هنا ما ادري شنو هذا. ايش قد يحب يلغي. اتصال لك هذا.
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Okay. Who is this?
Hey, Alan. Thank God it picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper to the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
هذا محبوس.
We would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait. Hello?
Damn it. اوكي الشقة مالته. بس ما ندري يفتح البيبان لو الوضعيات اللاص. زين. بين ما نحتاج اللايت. اي ما تحتاج اللايت.
Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
What? Okay. أنا ذكر زوجتك ماتت الجزء الأول. ما أعرف عاشت وأنت تلبسك الدارك، والله ما أتذكر، أحتاج أعيده. أوكي، المفروض عندك المفتاح مال شقتك. وات أوكي. Hunting?
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Okay, let's do it. What? Ashby?
Alice! Alice!
I see. يا زعلت يا معودة.
Alice. This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Maybe. بس وينها هي؟
This is the door to my study.
ايه؟
Where I wrote my books.
ايه؟ ليش ما تفتح؟
This symbol wasn't here before.
لا. What? ما السمبل يا معود؟ هذا؟ اوكي نمكش. كاميرا عندنا.
Alice's video camera.
نقدر نشوف شنو بيه.
No memory card inside.
ايه. لازم القى شي يعني. القى الشريط لازم. اوكي اول شي هاي فيديو ارت، ويوديك الى اوكي خوش، بس بعدنا تايهين. اوقف هنا، هم عندنا شي. هذا ايه، هذا
Alice's memory card.
بارتات. شي نمسج يا معودة. ما عندك انت سلاح ببيتك؟ شو بيتك؟ ايش ما عندنا، ما نلقيه، ما نفتش شنو. يلا مو مهم، تعال. صدي مني. انت وزوجتك شو مسوين هالمرة؟
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shot.
يعني تم كاتبه.
Created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and
حتى
flashes.
التكشيف.
Now, when the monster comes,
تصيده.
I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition.
تفتهم طلعت.
To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
What just happened? Alien.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing.
Oof. ولك ألين أنت ميت طلعت. end of part. نعمة بارت صغيرون هذا. اوكي اعتقد خلصنا الجزئية الخاصة بآلين ورجعنا للإف بي آي.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, The Pages We've Been Finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away. Look.
وقت تحركك تشرد منه ايش تحكي؟
My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
خبصونا بهالغزال.
Mr. Wake, Alan, we've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
Okay, we all in danger.
It's insane. And there's so much of it.
Okay. ما الصبورة مالتنا.
Wake just gave us a lot of information.
Okay.
But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
اوكي دقيقة. talk to some. بس دقيقة يا عيني. عندنا فايلات هواي خير من الله. تعال.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true.
Okay.
Why couldn't it have been a romance?
اوكي. وعدنا هاي. اوكي ايش عندنا؟ الفايل. اوف خير من الله هنا عندنا.
Doesn't look right.
اوكي اوكي بس دقيقة يا ابني. أنا ويك أنت أعتقد فوق.
Fiction coming in contact with the dark place can change reality. The story is coming true.
والله البلاوي مسوي. يلا وين اوديك انتي؟
The dark place. A dimension that's home to monsters. Huh. Wild stuff.
Okay. Good, good. Good job. Good job. اللاست وين اكو حلقة مفقودة. اوكي. تعال يا ولد. عندنا سؤال.
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult.
ليش انت تدورهم صحيح؟
Yes, they have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
خلينا نكتشف. والله نشنت اللي تخفي علينا. تعال.
Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected.
اوكي.
Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did.
Maybe.
Or vice versa.
اوكي. وهذا يقودنا الى منو قالك بهذا المكان احنا نستوى الا اذا انت هنا؟ لا no
Think.
اوكي think يابا think. اوكي بس ما استفاد يعني. اوف طلعت ان السوالف هواي نقص. اوكي نجي لهذا الفايل اللي هو بقصة يلا.
The cult. Yes. They
اوكي اعتقد لازم اسولف وياك بعد.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them.
Okay.
Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the cult of the tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
اوكي خلينا اوكي go to the board.
The cult of the tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this. It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Good. لا والله مبدعة خوش مسيطرة. يا سنة وين أول اللي قلت لي؟ بتغير شنو تري؟ درايف تو ووتري. يعني أروح المرب يلا تواصله ما فتوني. شلونه؟ أخباره؟
Okay. Past favorite Deerfest floats. Go.
The yarn puppet monstrosity.
Stuffed moose and squirrels one.
ايش بيك تباوعي كأنك ما شايف؟
Beady dead marble eyes still give me nightmares.
اوه انت ما شايف كلها.
Hello and welcome to Coffee World.
وين سيارتي؟
Best coffee themed amusement party.
ايش صورت هذا؟
I swear I brought my full kit along.
Right.
Jules? You didn't forget to pack the EMF reader, did you?
ايه
Why would I pack your gear? I've got my own to worry about.
اعتقد هاي سيارتي. اعتقد هو ترى مكان جديد هسه.
Yeah, Anderson, I didn't want to say this in front of Wake, but are you sure this is a good idea? Going on your own?
بعد وقت هسه يلا.
Assuming we believe the page, I need to check this out. We need to find the cult. Anyone we meet here could be a member. And this Scratch guy.
The evil doppelganger? Must be true, or else this guy can't write for shit.
The quality of his writing aside, if this page turns out to be true like the rest have, this could be a breakthrough. We might solve this thing before backup even arrives.
Yeah, but they're taking their time, so just be careful out there. Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat. Maybe I can shake something loose.
Okay. But remember what happened with the salt shaker.
Yeah, real funny.
The page placed me in a trailer.
somewhere in Watery. I should ask around.
اوكي دور الناس سألهم.
A vote for Mayor Setter is a vote for everyone. For Watery.
Mayor Seta will stand up for justice.
انت مو بعقلك. ايه.
Hello. Do you have a second?
Long time and no see, Miss Anderson. Thor and Odin are not here. They are old tricksters always sneaking off.
Sorry. No, I wanted to ask you about something else. Can you point me to any trailers around here?
Sure. Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park. Ilmo Koskela owns it. Owns many things in town.
لك كأنك روسي وتشو عندك علم أمريكا مو شغلة غريبة.
The bridge. Well, what used to be the bridge.
Do you live around here?
I live in Bright Falls. You have seen me around. I am Mr. Blum. You call me Vladimir. I work at the nursing home.
بين صدق روسي.
Take care of your old people. We are on day trip, music, sauna, the good times. I bring them here in the bus.
The elderly are very important. And it's a very nice bus. Thanks.
اوكي انتي تحكين؟ لا زين انت تحكي له ما فار.
Oh, you rascal. What have you been up to this time around?
اوكي انت ما فار.
There's only so many times I can keep fixing the same hole.
مالك واهس انت اصلا ضايج. انطب جوه. انت ايش قدرت شو
Okay then. Excuse me. Do you know where...
He's in the middle of a show.
نتشبي.
I wonder if I'm the first FBI agent to ever get shushed.
والله ما اعرف بس لا يطببوني بمكان ثاني وسخي.
That stopped me.
What? You're joking to me.
I had seen the title page of another manuscript. Return. I didn't remember writing it, but it felt familiar. Important. I had to find it.
The writer. Maybe he...
The plot board was empty again. I would write a new draft of initiation to reach Parliament Tower using another murder site. Scratch was reaching out from the dark place to get Alice. She was out, but still in danger.
اوكي هم نعمة.
Welcome. Our guest tonight is Alan Wake. This time he wanted to do something.
I was back, and I hadn't forgotten. I knew how this worked now. I could take control, no more surprises.
بس مشكلتك بالأسلحة.
Together with our house band, the divine old gods of Asgard, we have created something very special. The song is called Herald of Darkness, but I like to call this next segment the story of the journey of Alan Wake, the musical. We just do what we always do. We'll chat, but instead of talking.
اقدر ابدل بينه وبين البنية. حلو والله.
It was locked from the other side.
ماشي. محبوس ألان ويك. محبوس بين موس.
From what I've gathered, you grew up nice and sheltered with mama's pretty stories and your own made-up fury.
And mama gave me a magic clicker. Well, yes, I think it's true and fair to say.
كان السخافة بعدين. اوكي والمطلوب شنو؟
So you were drawn to stories early on.
My dreams would light up my imagination.
And you had nightmares night and day.
Yeah, but with the clicker I chased those frights.
بعدين تاعي سخاف. طلع
So true.
So here is a clue of hope to remember. Visions they come true. Bend the lights with steel.
Yeah. ايش هالسخافة؟ شنو اللي استفادينا من هالسالفة؟ شو استفادينا؟ The cult.
And the award goes to Alan Wake. And all your stories of crime and chilling thrillers of hard-boiled killers became bestsellers. It was all too much, I had to get away.
Now what? Okay. رجعنا.
He could write a new story like Tom Zane before him, and maybe they'd be happy once again. Just
محبوس أنا معودين.
one more chance for him to save their marriage away from the city, a romantic getaway.
لو آخر النعات ادري وينه هذا، شو يطقني وانا ما اشوف.